And after a 3-year run, which the Roughers of Muskogee went 32-5, including back-to-back trips to the state championship football season, it is time to start the 2025 campaign and welcome everybody to another edition of the Muskogee Rougher Football Coaches Show. We're live tonight from Runts Barbecue, where it's always a little better barbecue. Not only the food is great, but the desserts are just as mouth-watering anytime you make a trip to Runts. We welcome in the new head football coach of the Muskogee Roughers, Dale Condict. I say new, nothing new for Dale and myself, and certainly nothing new because you've been here virtually since the first of the year, and it's been all engines ahead full.
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind of activity since January. It's hard to believe that you can get that much done in a short amount of time, and we've invested a lot of time and energy into preparing for this season, and I've just been really thrilled with the effort put forth by the players, by the coaching staff, by our strength coach Leo, and the entire crew, the amount of commitment that the school has made. So a lot of investment has gone into what's about to transpire.
Hall of Fame coach, 20 seasons at Wagner, has 6 state titles and I think 4 runner-ups. Is that right?
Just 3.
Just 3. Okay, well that's more than most can even add up on their lifelong career. Hall of Fame coach, as I mentioned to you, was looking for something new. What was it that convinced Dale Condict to make some 20-mile drive down the road here from your house to Muskogee High School and be a part of Rougher Nation?
Well, you're very familiar with Muskogee.
Right.
I spent 1 year here.
I started to say, when I came here, you were here.
Yeah, 97 and 98, that one season. And then being only 20 miles away, familiar with some of the coaches over here, and really just was at a point in my career and stage of life where I was ready for something new, a new challenge. And this Coach Platter actually called me, and we visited a little bit on the phone, and that was enough to entice me to come talk to him and Dr. Mendenhall. And interview went really well, and then I walked into Rougher Village, and I'm like, man, this is an impressive place.
Is it not a sweet facility, almost as good as any place in the state?
You're just thinking, so I could actually come to work here every day, and I knew they had great athletes here, great young students that had succeeded at a high level. So was going to be able to bring the people that I wanted to bring and surround myself with. So everything came together, and I couldn't ask for a better situation as far as our coaching staff and players.
We're talking with head football coach Dale Condict here tonight on the Rougher Football Coaches Show live from Runts Barbecue. Dale, we talked about this being a year of change, and maybe that's an understatement as far as high school football is concerned across the state of Oklahoma. It's much like the college level now. The transfer portal has seen a multitude of players coming and going and then coming back home again.
Well, I don't think in my career I can't remember as many significant coaching changes as occurred this past winter. You think about the 5 big schools in 6A. 4 of those have new head coaches. Of course, Muskogee, a program like Wagner. Even a good buddy of mine, Ryan Keenum, took the Grove job. There's just a lot of jobs that had turnover. And then you have the new transfer rules, and that lends itself to a lot of athletes moving around.
A lot of discussions and a lot of questions still to be, I imagine.
And I'll add the word stress. There's a lot of stress.
I'm certain that has been the case for everyone that has been involved in that. We're going to take our first break tonight here from Runts Barbecue, where it's a little better barbecue and a whole lot better desserts anytime you visit Runts Barbecue in Muskogee. When we come back, we'll talk with another new face to Rougher football. I don't know if it's a better-looking face, but he's certainly a big advantage to the future of Rougher football this season. Travis Bryant, who will be the defensive coordinator for Coach Condit's staff. We'll talk with Coach Bryant when we return to Runts Barbecue on the Tuesday night Muskogee Rougher Coaches Show.
In times of need, it's comforting to see faces of people you know and trust. Cornerstone Funeral Home in Muskogee cherishes the opportunity to be there for you and your family in life's most challenging times when friends are most important. Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory welcomes the opportunity to answer any questions regarding planning and pre-arrangements for you and your loved ones. Experience the difference. Cornerstone Funeral Home, 1830 North York in Muskogee, where you'll find faces you know and reputations you trust.
Final summer sale. It's always big at J. Hodge Chevrolet Muskogee. Buy a new Silverado 1500. Take $10,000 off MSRP. New 2026 Equinox $450 a month, not a lease. Don't overpay. Now through Labor Day, come see Jay. New Silverado, 10 grand off. Own Equinox, $450 a month. Jay Hodge, Chevrolet in Muskogee, 144 West Shawnee.
Green Country has never been more connected. This summer, get up to 4 phones on us. Choose from the newest Apple and Samsung devices. Plus, you can save big with our unlimited talk, text, and data plans. Visit us today in-store or online at bravadowireless.com.
Certain restrictions apply. See store for details.
Green Country has never been more connected. This summer, get up to 4 phones on us. Choose from the newest Apple and Samsung devices. Plus, you can save big with our unlimited talk, text, and data plans. Visit us today in-store or online at bravadowireless.com.
Certain restrictions apply. See store for details.
Pioneer Abstract, proudly serving residential and commercial customers throughout Muskogee County since 1905. Serving banks, mortgage companies, and mortgage brokers with refinancing, purchase, 1031 tax-deferred exchanges, along with full escrow services and more. Pioneer Abstract offers the convenience of centralized services for escrow accounts, title insurance, and title searches. Pioneer Abstract, here yesterday, here today, and here tomorrow at 412 West Broadway in downtown Muskogee, or call Pioneer Abstract at 683-2904.
Welcome back to the Tuesday night Muskogee Rougher Football Coaches Show. We're live each and every Tuesday night from 6:30 till around the top of the hour at 7 o'clock, talking all things Muskogee Rougher Football. We talked about a season of change in Oklahoma high school football, and specifically for the Roughers, with Coach Condict taking the reins, and the future of Muskogee Rougher football success that has been very sound and very successful the past 3 seasons, having put together 32 wins altogether. A guy that is joining your staff is no newcomer to you, Dale, because you guys spent, I think, about 13 seasons together at Wagner, but he's no newcomer to Muskogee because defensive coordinator Travis Bryant spent 4 years at Hilldale as a part of his coaching journey.
Yeah, Travis has been back and forth with me twice. Once, first time as our defensive coordinator at Wagner, and I guess we won three state titles that go around, then came back, enticed him back to be the offensive coordinator this last time around, and we won another one, and it was a runner-up. So when we've been together, we've done pretty well. I feel like he's a great complement to my style of coaching. He brings a great work ethic and just a presence to the team that I feel like really does exude confidence in winning, and I hate to brag on him too much because he's a good friend, but you know,
well, the thing is, a lot of people don't know Dale Condict, in addition to being a very worthy and very proven head football coach, he's a pretty good fisherman too. Now, my question for you, is Travis one of your fishing partners?
No. I could give you some great we went fishing. I'll just put it this way. Last time we went fishing, I fell out of the boat. That's a true story. I fell out of the boat. He had to help me get back in, and I think he caught one. Maybe, did you catch one?
Maybe one.
Maybe one.
Is that because you put it on the hook for him?
Maybe. We didn't tell him that.
Well, the secret is out.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Rougher Nation, Travis Bryant. Let's talk about your journey. I mentioned your stay at Hilldale and then the journeys that you and Dale went through at Wagner. Talk to me a little bit about the defensive philosophy. I know you had offensive years as a coordinator, defensive coordinator experience. You're now the defensive coordinator for the Roughers. Talk to me about your style of defense.
Yeah, we like to keep it simple and be aggressive. We're an odd front, and, in a too high look in the back end. But I think the key to defense is making sure you're prepared every week. Your kids get lined up and you play fast. And it might look complex, but we try to make it simple to them and just let them make plays.
When you mentioned the odd front for the uneducated football mind, that refers to a 3-man front with 4 linebackers.
Yeah, we're 3-4. That's what we base out of. We'll get in an even front some and get in a 3-3 stack, but our base defense is a 3-4.
You and Coach had to come in and quickly learn who the guys were. Had to learn not only names and numbers, but faces that went with those names and numbers. When you took a look at the returning personnel on the defensive side, 6 starters coming back, had some pretty good athletes there.
Yeah, and I've been really pleased with our kids, just the way they work, coachable. And, some of them had to make changes too because they were an even front last year. A kid like Caden Harkin was a DN, and now he's playing a Sam linebacker, which is outside. Coda Barnowski was more of a stack backer. Now he's our true Mike inside. But they've all bought in, and the adjustment's going really well. I think the defense is doing really well.
Coming into 0 week, it doesn't give you as much preparation time as what you guys might have been used to, because I know, Dale, I don't think you ever played on 0 week.
Never have.
Now you have a week shorter preparation time, but that didn't stop you getting ready for Friday night's ball game. Talk about the evaluation and the development and the ongoing day-by-day maturity of this defensive group.
Yeah, I mean, if I could have my choice, we wouldn't be playing 0 week, but, we are. So I really think, we spend so much time in the summer, so it's not – you really don't ever take a time off.
Right.
So, I mean, we spend a lot of time in passing league, so we're further ahead than maybe teams would be 15, 20 years ago. So, as far as getting ready for it, we're more prepared. I mean, we're ready to play. So.
How do you get your team on – right there just ready to explode? I mean, with this short practice time and kind of the change in the approach of defense like we were talking about earlier and the physicality of it. I don't mean that on Friday night it won't be physical when you take on Booker T, but you sometimes now in your week-by-week preparation, it's not as physical every day in practice because you're afraid of getting that key player hurt.
Yeah, it's a little different. I mean, we thud up. We don't really go to the ground a lot. But I think, most of these kids, when you're practicing all summer and you're going against each other all fall, you're ready to play somebody else. So I think our kids, they'll bring the physicality, and we'll be all right there.
Now, Dale, will Travis be upstairs in the booth or will be on the sideline beside you?
No, he'll be on the sideline.
What advantage does that give you being on the sideline versus having a high eye look to see what's going on all over the field?
I think it's different. Like defense to me, you need to be communicating face-to-face and just the emotion. Sometimes offense, you like to be away from the emotion and up high so you can see. But, when I was a defensive coordinator, I've always been on the field. When I called offense, I went up top. But I think just the emotion and, the communication face-to-face with your players is important in defense.
So tell me your defensive philosophy, how you approach in the course of a game, how you're going to coach that communication with Coda Barnowski or Harkin or anybody else in that defensive group that maybe you would like for them to have taken a different angle or a different approach to the preceding play.
Yeah, I think one thing we do, and as the season goes on, we'll get better at it, but we give our kids a lot of freedom. I mean, we're going to prepare all week to the formations. We allow our linebackers to make the strength call, to do the checks. We have some automatic things we do every week. So playing in it gives them a lot of freedom. And, the other thing is I've learned the longer I coach, I listen to my players. I mean, when they come off the side and tell me something, we can make adjustments. But I think just the freedom to play fast and simple and just get after it.
Dale, it's always nice to have a player's coach in today's style because the kids respond to a player's coach and they know that he's not a friend per se, but he is a very strong relationship between the player and coach.
Yeah, it has to be there. I mean, it's the relationships, I think, are the key to your success from my seat. I know the development of my relationship with the two guys that we're going to talk to here in a little bit has really grown over the last 3 or 4 months, and it's been very critical to our being to where we feel like we're at right now as a team. Those guys are leaders, and until they buy into what you're telling them, it's going to be really tough for you to get the entire philosophy across to your team without those, your elite players, your elite leaders being able to buy into what you're telling them.
What's the one question you would ask Travis Bryant about preparation for Friday night's ball game and how the Roughers will leave S.C. Williams Stadium with a victory number 1?
I'd say what's the plan to minimize it or really eliminate big plays. I think if we don't allow big plays, we win. So,
Travis, how are you going to answer that one?
I think that's the key. I mean, we got to fly around and tackle. They got elite athletes that can run. I think we have our advantages up front defensively. But when they get in space, we got to be able to tackle and we got to run to the football.
Well, certainly we'll be looking for that aggressive nature to explode from the opening kickoff to the final seconds of the game on Friday night at S.C. Williams Stadium. And when it's all said and done, we can raise the hand number 1 because victory number 1 for the Dale Condict, Travis Bryant, and the Muskogee Rougher football team in 2025 will be in the record books. We're going to take another break here at Runts Barbecue. Glad to have defensive coordinator Travis Bryant as our guest. When we come back, we're going to talk with the guys that I'm going to, Dale, call our version of the Killer Bees, Coda Barnowski and Jamie Beasley. They'll be our guests in the next segment as we continue the Tuesday Night Coaches Show from Runts Barbecue in Muskogee.
Runts Barbecue serves up hand-rubbed, slow-cooked goodness. Anytime you're feeding a few hundred, hey, we're just tailgating with friends. Call the experts. Runts Barbecue. Ribs, brisket, burnt ends, mouth-watering hot link, and smoked chicken, where everything is made from scratch, from the barbecue sauce to the banana pudding. Give us a try, and you won't be disappointed. Runts Barbecue, 918-681-3900. Runts Barbecue, slow-cooked goodness in Muskogee.
Outside the whole time.
I didn't see it till we were in the middle of it, and I didn't know what to tell you.
I got to watch it back now.
Not really.
Runts Barbecue serves up hand-rubbed, slow-cooked goodness. Anytime you're feeding...
I'm Kyle Edwards for Kyle Edwards Buick GMC in Muskogee and the all-new Kyle Edwards Auto Group in Shakota. With the addition of Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Shakota and Buick GMC in Muskogee, it now gives our customers a great lineup of new makes and models to choose from. We are very proud to bring you a buying experience you won't find anywhere else. If you haven't visited us yet, come give us a chance. You'll like what you see. Family-owned, customer-friendly, Kyle Edwards Buick GMC in Muskogee and Kyle Edwards Auto Group in Shakota.
Pain is temporary, pride is forever. At Excel Therapy, we want to be your athlete's advocate for excellence. We offer treatment methods that focus on strengthening muscles and improving flexibility to improve your overall performance. And when injury sets in, Excel Therapy can aid in the recovery process. We know it's important to get back in the game, so trust the comeback experts, Excel Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. With 16 locations and no physician referral required, you can begin healing today. Look for us online at exceltherapyok.com.
In sports, having the right winning strategy is often the difference between winning and losing. The same is true when you need legal representation. For more than 15 years, the law offices of Michael E. Finnerty have successfully provided the winning strategy with excellence and integrity for the people of the Muskogee area in matters of personal injury, social security disability, and workers' compensation issues. The law office Muskogee trusts Michael A. Finnerty, ready to develop a winning strategy. Michael A. Finnerty, 436 Court Street in Muskogee. Call 687-1155. Online at finnertylaw.com.
There's never been a better time to find a great deal on a sedan, truck, or crossover at Nissan of Muskogee. Call 918-683-6605 or go to nissanofmuskogee.com. There's never been a better time to find a great deal on a sedan, truck, or crossover at Nissan of Muskogee. Call 918-683-6605 or go to nissanofmuskogee.com.
Welcome back to the Tuesday night Muskogee Referee Football Coaches Show. We're live each and every week from 6:30 till right near the top of the hour, 7 o'clock, here on Refer TV, as well as on our radio partner, Okie Country 1017 KTFX. And, Coach, this is kind of my favorite segment every week. Not that I don't enjoy talking with the coaches, but we get a whole lot of that during the week, from Friday night's end of game discussions all the way around to the next Friday night. But to have the guys that make it happen join us in our segment, it's always nice to be able to bring in the real playmakers.
Yeah, it's the part that makes me most anxious, because you never know what teenage young men are going to say when they're put in a live situation. So, but glad to have these two here with us. They're definitely the two that were the perfect ones to kick this thing off this year.
Absolutely right. And two guys that have been an active part. And, Jamie, we'll get you to pull that microphone right down there in front of your mouth and be ready to go when we get to you. But two guys that were part of the success last year in the run to the state runner-up position and have been a part of it. And actually our first guy we'll talk to is Coda Barnowski, who's, I guess, been on the field since your freshman year. If I remember right, you were a scrawny little quarterback as a freshman.
Yeah.
How has that development changed since your freshman year down to your senior campaign, Coda?
Well, my freshman year, it was like you said, I was real skinny. I was about 155 and put on a lot of weight since then.
Yeah.
It's been fun playing linebacker, though.
It has been. And now this season, not only will you be at that comfortable position of linebacker, but Coach Brian talked about your position's kind of moved from last year to this year. Tell me about that adjustment and how you've fit yourself in to be ready to go.
Last year I was more of like an outside linebacker, and I'd be like it's a lot of different, like I don't really cover the pass a lot no more. Like I'm not playing a lot of man at all, and I'm more of the inside, and I'm taking on guards, and I'm not –
tackle the man with the ball, right?
Yeah, that's basically what it is. But I like it. It's pretty fun.
Now, 6'2", he talked about being 155 pounds as a freshman, and it was interesting to see him get out there as that quarterback his freshman campaign, and did quite well under those circumstances, but now stands 6'2". The charts say 215, but is it a little more than that, Coda?
I'm probably right now I'm probably about 222.
222, so 3 deuces. There we go. Good pair. Always a good hand in playing cards anytime you get 3 of a kind. 110 tackles last year, but before Daly's done, I think he's going to crack the 300 career total mark.
Well, he's in a position now to he's going to make a lot of tackles, and he's a great football player, and there's several reasons for that. He's very instinctive. He's a physical guy. I think he has a good grasp for the game, so he's definitely ahead of a lot of the players I've been able to be around. But great leadership on the field, and I'm very pleased to have him in the position he's in, to have him on our team, because I think he's one of the finer linebackers in Oklahoma.
I would have to agree with you wholeheartedly. That's Coda Bardowski sitting right next to Coach. On the opposite side of Coda is a guy who will be a key player in the offensive success, Jamie Beasley. We refer to you guys as the Killer Bees. Okay, defense, now offense. Jamie, how excited are you for this campaign to be able to step out and light up the scoreboard with those touchdown catches?
Well, I'm really excited going into my senior year, especially with the offense Coach Fine have going on, with the receivers, how I'm getting open, and I'm really excited.
It has been a year of change for you, too, because it's a different offensive approach, learning different plays. How challenging has that been for you as a wide receiver to have to learn new assignments and be able to master those routes and be able to shake and leave a defender in your dust and take it to the house?
Well, it's definitely a challenge, but it's part of football, going into different coaches and different offense, so it's definitely a challenge.
7 touchdown catches a year ago, average 21 yards per catch. What was the key to those type of statistics? What was your unique ability through your own evaluation that enabled you to be able to get those not just 5 or 10 yard routes, but average 21 yards every time you caught the football?
Just knowing where the defense is and knowing where the hose is, and just protecting the ball as I carry the ball.
When you step out there as a wide receiver and you look across to the opposing defense, what are you looking for to know that when whoever throws the football your way, you're going to make the catch and be able to beat them to the end zone?
At first, as I'm lining up, I see how the corner is playing off. Is he man? Is he zone? Cover 3, and then I look up and see if they're playing high safety or 2-man high. So that's how I see.
Okay, now both of you guys I know have some aspirations to play beyond this season. Jamie, you've already made a commitment, if I'm correct.
Yes, sir.
What was it about Sacramento State that you knew that was the place for the Bees?
Just knowing the coaching staff is a good coaching staff, and the environment with the coaches, the players, and I know just some of the players, so it's a good environment.
Like you and I were talking, though, there's probably going to be more offers coming your way before this season. Dundale, no doubt, with these two guys, there's a lot of letters, a lot of phone calls, a lot of text asking questions about how good are these guys and how would they fit at our level.
Yeah, and I think they're both on the right trajectory mentally to be ready to play college football. Our strength and conditioning program is very rigorous. Coach Leo does
There's
a tremendous
perfect
job.
example, 155 to 222, and it's
so I think physically and mentally
bad.
they're both ready to go play college football after this season. So I have full confidence they'll go on and succeed.
What vision do you have for yourself beyond the high school game?
Like if I want to go play college ball?
Right.
Yeah, I want to go play college ball. I got one offer, that's it, but I think it'll change after this year.
There'll be some schools smarting up before we're done.
Yeah, just take a look at 1 or 2 games this year, and certainly the results will speak for themselves. Okay, guys, this is the last go-round. This is the senior year for both of you. There's no do-overs, so this will be the last first game of the season for you. You're traveling to S.E. Williams Stadium. You're going against Tulsa, Washington. What is it that Jamie Beasley wants to see happen on Friday night when the lights come on at Tulsa?
Definitely get in the end zone. That's a lot. Block for my teammates and come out with a victory at the end.
But you also know the Hornets got a little bit of speed, too, in that back end. So you're going to have to be more the wiser receiver to get open?
Yes, sir. Well, just control what I can control, get open, run my right route, and catch the ball, get in the end zone.
Okay, same question for you, Coda. What is it that you're going – what special sauce are you going to bring to the game that's going to give the Ruffers the win Friday night?
I'm ready to go hit somebody. I'm ready to bring a big hit a couple times and defensive side just step up and come together.
I'm sure you already have a couple of numbers in mind that we'll just leave unspoken at this particular time so that there's nothing to get ramped up again. Guy, very excited about having you this season. Look what's available, and perhaps we can turn the 2025 campaign into another gold ball to give you in 3 years 2 goals and a silver. That's a pretty good matchup, right, Dale?
That'd be a heck of a career.
It would indeed. Jamie Beasley on the far end, Coda Barnowski there in the middle next to Coach Condict. We're going to take our final time out. When we return, we'll talk with the coach about Friday night's season opener and the career opening first game for head coach Dale Condict and the Muskogee Ruffers at Tulsa, Washington. But first, this time out, we're live from Runts Barbecue in Muskogee on the Tuesday night Coaches Show.
The world of education is driven by numbers. So is the one company more schools and universities call on when fire or water damage strikes. 1-800-SERVPRO. The #1 choice in commercial cleanup and restoration.
When it matters most. The name to remember? ServPro of Muskogee. 918-913-4490. Online at servpro.com.
The Bank First tagline, Loyal to Oklahoma and You, isn't just a slogan. It's our pledge to every community we serve.
It's about donating our time, talent, and resources to develop relationships far beyond banking.
It's about investing in our local schools to provide a productive environment for the success of our students.
It's about engaging with local boards, committees, and foundations to improve the lives of our friends and neighbors.
We're loyal to the Muskogee community because it's our community too.
After all, life is about more than just balance sheets and bottom lines.
Bank First. Loyal to Oklahoma. Loyal to you. Member FDIC.
Hi folks, Kyle Edwards, GMC in Muskogee. I was born and raised in Muskogee. Our family has owned the GMC dealership for over 50 years. We take great pride in being in the Muskogee community. Things have changed over the years, but one thing remains the same, our desire to take care of our customers. Looking for a new GMC truck or SUV? We've got them, and you have our commitment to give you the best buying experience around. From sales, parts, or service, we are here for you. You have my promise to give you the best selection, best price, and the most for your trade-in at 1600 North Main in Muskogee or KyleEdwardsGMC.com.
Welcome back to Runts Barbecue. It's always a little better barbecue and pretty good dessert trail as well. And Dale Condict, this is your first visit to the Tuesday night Coaches Show, Muskogee Ruffer football, and not your first trip to Runts, I know, but kind of describe what was on your plate and how much you enjoyed your first night here.
Well, if there's one thing I'm also experienced at,
are you a Hall of Fame eater?
Barbecue. Been pretty good at it.
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, this place is awesome. You know,
it's nice
ribs.
Nice to have partners like Russell Pratt.
People don't realize, man, if you hadn't had the fried catfish here, I'm telling you, it's the real deal.
That's
it's
a little bit
stuff.
of what I got, man.
I don't ever have anything here that doesn't.
And I noticed Coach Bryan had the grilled shrimp, and the skewers are empty. So obviously that was pretty good. And Coda and Jamie still working on their delicacies here tonight.
Coda went in on a steak and ordered it rare. I was impressed. Like, man, not very many guys that age are ordering rare steak.
I guess that goes for a linebacker's mentality, doesn't it?
It does. It shows you a little more about his personality.
All right, let's talk about the game at hand, because Friday night there's no more overs. There's no more do-overs for game one. For you, for these guys, and for yourself as the head football coach in the Muskogee Ruffers. Your opponent will be Tulsa, Washington, a team in which Muskogee beat soundly last year, 56-14. But it is a year of change, like for the Ruffers with Dale Condict. Tulsa, Washington has a new head coach in their new football coach in Nate Goodman, who takes the reins after the Hornets went 10-3 a year ago.
Well, yeah, and we know the expectations, and I tell people you're not going to put any more expectations on me than I have for myself, and. Players are the same way. They know that we're expected to go out and perform and win, and that's what we're all together here for. So we're going to have a good time while we do it, but we feel like we have a good plan. I feel like we've put the time in, and now it's just time to go out and execute it and get it done.
There, in the football history of Muskogee High School, there have been some outstanding confrontations between the Hornets and Muskogee. It has been a traditional rivalry back before the integration when you had Manual training against Booker T, and now you had Muskogee Central joining with Manual to begin the Muskogee Ruffers, and Tulsa, Washington, Muskogee have been call it as bitter rivals, but they have been very highly competitive rivals whenever they play in any particular sport, especially football.
Well, I don't think, I was telling our I don't think there's another school in Oklahoma that you could compare to the high-profile athletes that Booker T has had over the years in multiple sports. And so they have a lot of tradition, a lot of pride in what they do. They have a really fine football team that I know they have high expectations for this season too. And, at the end of it all, this game doesn't count towards your district play, but, man, if you're going to go out and play a football game, you want to win.
And you can't win them all unless you win the first one.
That's true. And there's been a lot of time and investment into this, getting this thing going.
For both programs.
Yes,
and
no doubt.
Certainly, personnel-wise, 3-year starter at quarterback and Levi Brooks, that's maybe an advantage for the Hornets?
Well, not
to take it away from our quarterbacks.
Anytime I've had a quarterback that was starting for the third year, it's turned out pretty well for me. So yeah,
and
I would
Brooks, a very elusive type player that can throw the ball deep, and then of course our running back that in Michael Washington that for a year ago went over the 1,000-yard mark. That's a pretty good measure of talent.
Yeah, he's to me on film, he's the most electric guy offensively. I mean, he's really good, hard to find, very quick, good open field speed. So. Yeah, he's a handful.
And like the Muskogee Roughers, where there's more returning experience on the defensive side, Coach Goodman's squad has some pretty talented defenders on that defensive alignment. 8 starters, like I mentioned, and perhaps the anchor of the defense is the lineman up front, and Dwayne Jones, 6'2" and 265. That's a big man.
Yeah, and he's as advertised. He's a great football player with tremendous athletic ability for his size. I think I've seen where he has over 20 Division I offers,
right.
and there's a reason a kid gets that many offers. They're great football players. So, yeah, he's gonna probably be a little bit of a problem, and we'll have to figure out as the night goes how to deal with him.
And if there is one school that you will play this season that perhaps has more overall team speed or certainly as much team speed as Muskogee, it's going to be Booker T, and that's hard to take the ball deep against their secondary, and then you better be saddled up when they start to throw the ball.
Well, and their defense sticks out to me because their defensive ends run more like linebackers. Their linebackers run more like secondary players. So a lot of team speed, and offensively we need to be able to execute and take care of the football and take advantage of any opportunities we have to go score.
No penalties, no turnovers.
There you
makes
go.
the head
That's
football
all,
coach.
Hey, it's that simple, right? That's all you got to do.
If you have no turnovers and you have no penalties, your percentages skyrocket, kind of like much better chances than you have winning the lottery.
Yeah, and the penalties are just penalties you can really control. The pre-snap, post-snap penalties, we've talked about that during the week, and especially early in the season. They tend to be more prevalent than later in the season. So the quicker you eliminate those, the better off you're going to be.
It's another season. It's just another football game. But even after 20-plus years as a head football coach, I still got a feeling that on Friday night there's going to be just a little twinge of nerves for the head football coach too.
Yeah, I'll get amped up. I'll get a little bit nervous, probably more so than I have in a while. At Wagner, it got to where it was kind of business as usual, and that was something that I wanted to come over here for, is to get that feeling of, kind of got to prove yourself again, because what we did there is great. I loved it, and we had a wonderful run. But it starts over. Nobody here is going to give you a free pass. I mean, they've been winning at a high level here, and the expectations aren't going to change.
Well, certainly we'll look for great things Friday night from S.C. Williams Stadium. Game time is set for 7 o'clock kickoff. Our pregame show will begin right around 6:30 on Rougher TV, as well as on our radio partner, Okie Country 101.7 KTFX. For Dale Condict, for Travis Bryant, for the Bees, Jamie Beasley. Wait, Jamie, it's all right. And then for Coda Barnowski, we thank you for joining us on this initial edition of the Tuesday Night Muskogee Rougher Football Coaches Show from Runts Barbecue. We'll see you right back here next Tuesday, same time, same place, with another full plate of food and another chance to talk about Rougher football. Till then, we'll see you Friday night at S.C. Williams Stadium. And as always, it's a great day to be a Rougher.
Clear.
There you go, guys. Showing everyone in the box.
Pretty hard to beat that show.
Yeah, go back and watch.